Hey, what's up guys, it's your main man JB, back once again with another product review, and this time it's for Bartoline filler. This is an all-purpose filler, but this is no ordinary filler. This is their 1876, the professional range. Oh yes, so here it is. It is a ready-to-use all-purpose filler, interior and exterior. This product is ideal for repairs to plaster, plasterboard, wood, brick, blockwork and most other building materials. Well, I've got some walls to fill in, some holes to fill in the wall, some plasterboard holes. I've got some holes in the garage in some brickwork, which I don't necessarily need to fill, but for the purpose of using this I am going to fill them. And I've got some timber as well, some holes in, so I'm going to fill some holes in with that, or with this on that as well. Resists slumping, will not flash or grin, interior and exterior, easy to sand, and that is one of the things I really like about the Bartoline range of fillers. They are really easy to sand, so that is a big bonus. Really excited about giving their new range, their 1876, the professional range, a go. So let's get on with it. So here are the holes. I've got two here to fill and I've got two here to fill. Now these are actually stained because some old fixings are going back up. Now I've prepared these holes, I've given them a quick rub down, I've also given them a wipe with a damp cloth just to get rid of any loose dust, otherwise the filler's not really going to stick to it. This will actually fill a hole up to 10 millimeters deep, so if you have got an extra deep hole, make sure you fill it in once with X amount and then fill it again. Don't try and put too much in at once. So these holes are less than 10 mil, probably just a fraction less than 10 mil. So I'm going to go ahead and fill them right up. So we'll open this up. And looking at it to start with, it's quite moussey. Moussey. Here we go. Can you see that? So it's nice and wet and soft. You know, sometimes fillers can be really dry, sometimes they can be really wet. The consistency of this actually seems really good. There we go, it gives you a bit of an idea. You can put a little bit of water in it just to loosen it up if you need to, if it does dry out, but this is looking really good and doesn't really need mixing. And what you do want to do if you want a really smooth finish is to make sure the filler is proud of the hole that you're filling. So I'll give you a close-up of this in a minute, but I've filled the holes in here and I've just ensured that the filler has actually overlapped onto the wall as well, because I will give that a little rub down and that'll be absolutely perfect. So do make sure you work it in. Work the filler in, don't just put a blob on top and then leave it. Make sure you get a bit on the end of your spreader or your knife and just make sure you're pushing that into the hole there. Now that looks pretty good now, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to leave that like that for now. Right, let's get a close up. Here we go, so we've got this brick wall here and I have got a large hole right here which I'm going to have a go fill in with this filler. It's always good to have a filler that really does work well when you're trying to fill things. Now this isn't ideal, although it's in a garage, I'm not bothered, you're not going to see it. It is white, so it's going to show up quite a lot, but hey, this is just for video purposes. We're going to see how hard this sets and how well we can work with it afterwards. So there we go. I'll make sure I don't get any of this gritty filler back in the pot. I'm really pushing that in there, so I think I've got enough in there now. Definitely pushed lots of filler in there. I'm just using a bit of timber on the side there to wipe the scraper and then pick it back up again. As I say, don't want to get grit in my pot. Not my brand new pot of filler. I'm just going to wipe that with my finger just very lightly. There we go. So that hole has completely gone. I mean, to be honest, if I wipe that with my finger on the brick, you don't really notice it that much, do you? Pretty cool. Right then, so here we've got an old piece of pallet wood. Where I've ripped it off the pallet, it's taken a big chunk of timber out this side. I don't think it's as much as 10mm deep. I might be pushing it, it might be on the limit, but I reckon that's good enough. So I'm going to fill that up and see how it goes. Now ideally, if you've got quite a wide hole like this one, you really want to use a wider spreader, a wider filling knife. But this doesn't need to be completely smooth, so it's going to be good enough. Now in terms of drying time, I believe you need to leave this for 24 hours. But definitely, if you're going to be doing two lots of fill, if you've got really deep hole and you've got to do 2 lots, you want to wait till the first lot has dried before you do another lot. Don't try and wait 5 minutes and then do it again. You know, if you're doing 10mm, then 10mm again. But if we just have a look on here, 12+ hours it's paintable. So I'm guessing it's dry enough in 12 hours to paint over it, which is pretty good. You can get some very fast drying filler, but this isn't fast or quick drying filler. This is just all-purpose filler. Also says it's drillable and fixable. Well, we'll probably give that a go, see what it's like drilling into this bit of timber specifically. I'm going to leave that till tomorrow, and then we'll come back and we'll give this a sand, and we'll give the wall a sand in the bedroom and see what it's come out like. Right then, it's been a couple of days since I've done the filling, so let's check it out and see what it's like. Well, here's the hole in the brickwork or in the cement that I filled, and that has just gone pretty solid. That really is good, and I try and push my nail in that, and yeah, that's nice. I'm happy with that. That's a nice hole filled in a bit of brickwork. So here's the piece of pallet wood that I filled, and again that really has dried solid. So what we're going to do is just give this a sand just to see how well it does sand. It's supposed to be easy sand, so let's give it a go. Before I do that, I'm going to put on a suitable dust mask, and now we're ready to go. So as you can see, that's sanded down really well. Now I think it's a little bit harder than the other Bartoline products, and I think probably because it's more professional, maybe it's a little bit harder, I'm not sure, but it really does feel solid, so I'm really pleased with that. What I'm going to do now is just try drilling it to see how it copes with being drilled into, because it does say drillable and fixable. So let's give this a go getting a drill bit in it. Yeah, the hole looks pretty clean. So actually drilling into that is quite nice. Almost expected it to break out. So that's good, drills nicely. So what we'll do is we'll just try putting a screw in there as well. And yeah, that's pretty good. Try a slightly bigger screw. And wow, that really does hold in there well. Let's try it in this hole here. That really has pulled in there tight. That's good, that is. And look how clean those holes are. Well, as far as the filler goes in the wood and in the wall, I'm more than happy. But what I need to do now is go into the bedroom and take a look at the holes I've filled in the plasterboard. Now that rubbed down really easy on the wall there, and that is super smooth. Remember, I did have it protrude in the wall just a little bit, which is just enough to sand it and get it flush with the rest of the wall, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. That is super smooth. So there you go, I'm well happy with the results, and I'm definitely going to be using this in the future. In fact, this is going to go straight in my van after this video. So there it is, it's your Bartoline 1876, the professional range filler, interior, exterior. Awesome stuff. So if you've got any questions or comments, leave those in the comments box below, and I'll try and get back to you. If you're loving the content, why not go ahead and subscribe? That would be absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm done. I'll see you guys on the next video.